listeners watching around the world. I am one of your hosts for this morning's broadcast, Nathan Vicente from the local congregation of Buena Park. Here with me today is my fellow co-host.
And I am Vince Samyas from the local congregation of Anaheim. And today is a very exciting broadcast, Nate.
It is
Yeah.
indeed.
So, what do we have for today?
So I believe we'll be making Filipino rice cakes.
Yes,
Very
we will be
exciting, very
making
exciting.
Filipino rice cake. So, it's very exciting because that's one of the more popular desserts from the Philippines. So, today we will learn how to, make that dessert. So, have you made desserts before, Brother Nate?
I have not. In fact, I don't really know how to cook or bake, so this should be exciting. This should be
It
fun.
will be
But
very
luckily,
fun.
our special guest for today does know how to cook and bake. If we want to already transition,
Yeah, so let's meet our
special
special
guest.
guest for today.
Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Ashley Mariano. I'm from the local of Anaheim here in the district of Orange County, California. Hi. Sorry, I was looking at the other camera, but hello, my name is Ashley Mariano.
All right. Thank you so much
Nice.
for joining
Yeah,
us.
thank you
Sister
so much.
Ashley. As you can see, we have this very fancy, very aesthetically looking
Lots
setup
of
here.
things.
So if you want to
Yeah.
break it down, what does each thing do? What?
Yes,
What-
so we'll be, like you mentioned a few seconds ago, we'll be making Filipino rice cakes. And the way that you make them is by steaming. Now, I know that even in the Philippines with different families, you all have your own recipes. So this personally is something that was passed down by my older aunt, my dad's sister. So shout out to Melba Mangaya from the local of Garden Grove. And from her recipe, I just kind of tweaked it a little bit to make it a little more catered to our generation. But yes, we have we have all of our ingredients here as well as our steamer. Fun fact, our family has gone through 2 of these types of steamers. And this specific steamer, I know we've gotten when I was still in high school.
Oh,
So
wow.
just
Very
as a perspective,
durable.
I graduated college a couple years ago, but we've had this since high school. Let me just turn this down a little bit. But we'll be steaming them in these little molds. So super cute. And then here we have our flour, sugar, our butter to line the little molds to put in the batter in. We have, hello to my fellow lactose intolerant people. I personally, usually you could use cream, even just water or regular milk. But I personally like soy milk, and this is vanilla flavored soy milk that's not sweetened because we'll be putting sugar in. We also have vanilla and baking powder just to help with the fluffiness of the rice cake.
Nice, very exciting. But as we mentioned, Brother Nate, maybe some of our viewers and listeners, we don't know how to,
No.
make rice cakes. So, how difficult is it to make rice cake? Maybe from 1 to 10, like
You're
rate it
gonna
1 to 10.
learn today. I would personally say I feel like I can't give a credible one because I like cooking and baking often. But I think for anyone new, this is probably out like a 3 out of 10.
Oh,
You
That's
can't
a little
really
hard
mess it
for
up.
me.
That's
a little
hard.
I
for
think
me.
What's nice about steaming things is that it's really hard to overcook anything because it takes a while
That's
to
true.
cook it. So
Mm.
even if you leave it for a few minutes longer than you're supposed to, let's say you forgot about it, you're doing the laundry, whatever, you can't really overcook it and you can't really dry it out because you're using water to steam it. So it'll still be moist, it'll still be fine. It just probably won't be as cakey as you want it to be. Let me amp this up
Go
a
ahead.
little bit more.
Oh, we're very excited for to learn, right? So, I guess we can get started, Ashley.
We can after the fire died on me.
It's
Okay.
been
Okay.
it's been boiling.
So I'm actually, if it's okay, have you both help me.
Yes.
So let's sanitize our hands first, and we also have some gloves here. So first we'll be making the batter of the rice cake. So we
Alright.
have our whisk and our bowl over here. So after you sanitize your hands, preferably wash them. You have a sink nearby. We're in our studio, so our sink is in another room.
Yeah.
Another room here in Orange County. But yeah, so once we have our gloves on, we'll go ahead and start pouring some things. So first we're gonna start off with our dry ingredients. And by dry ingredients, we have our flour and our baking powder here.
Wow, you guys put on your gloves so fast. I'm still on my first
Nah, dude, it's hard. It's
Okay.
moist.
Okay, I know it's kind of difficult because of the sanitizer. Okay, Vince, if you want to pour in the flour, and then I'll go ahead.
Just the whole thing.
Yes, the whole thing. So for the sake of time and the sake of for it to be easy for our fellow guys here, I pre-measured everything, so they
Nice.
just need to
Okay,
dunk it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we have our flour here, and then we have our baking powder again, so that it could help with it to rise. So it is a rising agent.
Mhm.
And then if you want to start mixing that up, and then if you want to come over and pour in the sugar here into the bowl as Vince is mixing that.
All of it?
All of it.
All of it.
Alright,
All
Dump
of it.
that in there. Okay, cool.
Be generous.
Nice. So as he's mixing that, and we're gonna do the batter. If actually, Nate, if you want to start, we have some melted butter here, and I have a little brush for you, so to make it
Okay.
easier. If you can go ahead, and I'll show you first. We're gonna line. So in each of these steamer baskets, you can fit 16 of these little molds. These actually all came from the Philippines. So shout out to my family who was able to bring it home for me. But you're just going to take the brush and dab off the excess butter, and then literally just a thin coat around, and then you could just put it down. And then we'll be using that to, let me put this aside for you. We'll be using this to put in the batter in. Actually,
See, okay.
let me just stack this so you can see what Nate is doing. Here you go.
All right.
Okay, so as Nate is lining the little molds with butter, we're gonna continue on with the batter. So if you could just make,
Are these? Oh, sorry.
It's
Are
okay.
these mixed well?
Yes, it's
Okay,
mixed very
perfect.
well. So what we're gonna do is create a little divot where we're gonna start putting all of the wet ingredients. So we have the little divot here. So I'm just literally pushing aside the dry ingredients, and then do you know how to crack an egg?
Oh no, you should show them your one-handed crack.
No,
You should
no.
do that.
Oh man,
It's cool. Look, I can't do that.
One-handed.
Oh no, it's messy. It's hard
okay.
with gloves. But
It's fine.
we have our little
Perfect.
trash bin here.
Yes.
But
So
yes. So we're gonna put in our egg and then our vanilla here. What I like to use as a measurement is the cap. So probably about the cap.
can we just eye it?
The cap.
Oh.
We can put about 2 capfuls
Two
into the bowl. One. Cool. And we have Nate
Scared.
over here
Doing my best,
lining
doing my best.
carefully. Okay, great. And then now we're gonna put in our soy milk, like we mentioned. Hello to all of my fellow lactose intolerant people. So we're gonna put about this one we don't really eyeball. I probably put about, for every serving, about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of soy milk in it. The consistency that you're looking for is a little thicker than pancake batter. So as you mix, so as I pour this in, Vince is gonna go ahead and mix it. Let me move this. Cool. So you want to make sure that you mix gently, just because you have all of your dry ingredients in there, and you don't want it to kind of splatter around or make a mess. So we're just gonna pour a little bit at a time. Great. Good job, Nathan.
How are you doing, Nate? Having fun?
Yeah, this is
Having
fun. And I
So-
just want to ask
It's
the
actually
live
fun.
chat too, while we're still making these rice cakes. If anyone in the live chat has tried them before, has anyone tried Filipino rice cakes?
Sorry.
Go ahead and comment in the live chat.
Yeah, so if you've
Yeah.
tried any Filipino desserts in general, I actually learned everything I knew from my auntie Melba that I gave a greeting to earlier, and also my dad. Because fun fact, my dad and his sister and his family, their parents back in the Philippines owned a bakery. So that got them super
Ooh.
into making desserts
why.
and making just
It
cooking
runs
and
in the
baking
family.
stuff.
Just let me know
So-
when you want me to stop, Ashley. I don't know how many you want.
That's okay. I don't know if we want to fill up for now. I guess this is good, just so
Okay,
that we don't
okay.
have to fill
10,
up
okay.
everything. Yeah, 10 is
Nice,
good.
nice number.
Also, with Filipino rice cakes, you could choose to keep them plain like this. Oh, this is great. So this is the kind of consistency that you're looking for, where you pick it up with your whisk, or later on our tablespoon, because that's how much you're going to put in each of the molds. When you lift it up, it's silky enough that you have like a trail following it. So that's the kind of consistency that you're looking for. Okay, so we could put this to the side. I think
Can you
for
do a taste test already?
no, it's raw.
I got too
Please
excited. I got too
please
excited.
don't consume raw egg.
This is why I
But
don't cook. I just
I'm guilty,
Oh,
especially
Nate.
with cookie batter. I am guilty of eating the cookie batter raw. But like I mentioned, we're gonna put about a tablespoon in each of the molds. Do each of you want to try and put one?
Sure,
So we're gonna take like about a tablespoon, and you know it's enough when you pour it and it covers the bottom. So you don't
Okay.
need a lot, just
Okay.
because with the baking powder that we used, it's gonna rise and it's
Yeah.
gonna actually fill up the whole thing. So we'll be putting each of our filled batter molds into our steamer basket.
Okay.
Thank you, Nathan. Cool. I don't know if you want to switch real quick so you could go ahead
Yeah.
and help.
Let's try this.
Help Vince.
So Ashley, what is like? We know that you make desserts. So what is like one of your favorite desserts to make?
I love, aside from Filipino desserts like leche flan or the Filipino rice cakes, or sapin sapin, if you know what that is. I love making cookies and experimenting on different types of cookies. So I don't know if you both know what ube crinkles are, or if the live chat knows what ube crinkles are. I love making ube crinkles, even though it's very messy, but I've experimented on different types of crinkles. So I've made a strawberries and cream crinkle as well as a Nutella crinkle. So that's super fun. I don't know if we can see
that'll be our
it.
next.
That'll be our next
cook with me broadcast.
Cook with me.
Right. So
That's
and
awesome.
also with rice cakes, while we're here, some traditionally you could put different toppings on them. So I do have some cheddar cheese here. It's common for those who aren't familiar with Filipino culture, Filipino desserts. A lot of it involved cheese, which is really funny. So Filipino desserts, or just Filipino food in general, tend to involve rice, sweet and salty, crunchy, sour flavors. So what's nice here is I have cheese. What else you could put on Filipino rice cakes are salted egg or salted duck egg. So you can put that.
It's a little slippery.
It's all right.
It's okay.
It
Brother
happens.
Nate. Here, you want to put it on that
Aside.
plate? Here, we can keep this one. We could keep this
Oh,
one
that
that
one.
didn't have the bottom. So it's okay. Is that all of them? Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
So then, Brother Nate, if you want, we'll just probably put maybe like 3 to have cheese on top,
All
so
right.
we can try it. And then when we put it in the steamer basket, it only takes about 6 minutes. So by then, hopefully, we have enough time in our broadcast where we could try it out. We could try it hot. Don't be shy, Brother Nate. You could put a lot more. You could cover the top with the cheese. Nice.
Shout out to our cheese lovers, Sister Caitlin.
I know that Caitlin, before the broadcast, as I was setting up, kept picking at the different cheese. I think that's good, Nate.
Good? Okay.
Yeah, that's good. We're gonna go ahead and cover the rest of them so that, yeah, don't be shy on the cheese. I know that I said I use soy milk, but also to those who are lactose intolerant, maybe you don't want cheese, and that's okay. You could eat it with the salted egg. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover it up.
Ooh.
And then we're gonna put it here in our steamer. And then I'm gonna set our timer to 6 minutes.
So far, that was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That was easy.
That was fast.
Yeah, that was fast actually. So we might try this when we get home. Yeah.
When you get home, it's here.
I know, but it's different when we try it on our own. But
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would keep our gloves on just so that
Okay,
by the
yeah,
time it's done,
perfect.
we can flip it over to our tray
Perfect.
here. But
Yeah.
yeah, was that fun?
No, it was,
Pretty
except for that
fun.
little mess up over there. But
That's
Ah,
okay.
that's okay.
yeah, that's why I don't cook.
No, but he's a basketball player and he shot it. He shot it directly on another cup, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And we kind of, well, while that's cooking, we kind of want to learn more about, your dessert making. And how long have you been making desserts?
Oh, as long as I could still sit on the counter and fit next to the
Aw.
stove and watch my parents
Oh,
cook. But I would say dessert-wise, where I can be trusted to handle the stove by myself and a knife
Okay.
by myself, maybe around 6 or 8
Oh
dude,
wow.
that's why
years
she's
old.
like,
You're a pro at
you're a
this.
pro.
No.
You can, yeah, you can, make any desserts you want if you want to. So,
Oh,
yeah.
goodness. Some of the desserts out there are very difficult. I know that my goal is to be able to make things like croissants or a tiered
Ooh.
cake, but that's really hard.
Yeah.
So hello to all those who can do that. I
Yeah, you can
aspire to
open
be
a
like
little,
you.
a little bakery.
Yeah.
Ashley's bakery.
Actually, I like that you said that, because have you used your like desserts, like based to have like a business, or have you
There
thought of using it?
Yeah, there was a small period of time, especially during COVID and the
Mhm.
lockdown. I know that is during the lockdown, a lot of us tried to pick up different hobbies.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try and challenge myself in making different desserts.
Mhm.
And there was a period of time where I tried to test it out to see if I could make it into a small business, and it was really fun because then I got to learn about sales, about making desserts, and things like that.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Ah.
And maybe some of us in the chat, in our live audience, maybe some of them wants to, start baking. Are there like any obstacles when when you started? You might
I
want to share.
Yes, I didn't know how to use certain tools, or like how you can or how even the temperature, like let's say in the summer months or even in the winter months, how the like the humidity in the room, the temperature of the room can affect your
Yeah,
desserts.
there's
And I was so blown away because I would say, I've made this how many times? I don't know why it came out this way. But you couldn't be a factor.
Yeah.
I didn't know the environment plays a
Uh-huh.
factor.
Mm.
So, but also just, practice makes improvement.
Mhm.
So just keep going at it, especially if
Yeah.
it's like for me, this is something that I love to do.
Mhm.
So if it's something that you love to do, just keep going at it and experiment and try out different things.
Mm. Nice.
Very nice. Yeah.
And you told us also that you love making all kinds of desserts. What are some of the more challenging desserts to make?
I have made bread before, like pandesal, and I've tried to recreate Hawaiian bread. If you know familiar with the dinner rolls, I've tried making those before. That didn't turn out very well, but I have also tried. I think the more difficult things are that I've tried making are things that take more time, like the
Mhm.
breads.
Bread.
I've made
Oh, yeah.
donuts before and things, and it's just having to be patient and things. But
I'm getting hungry.
yeah,
I know.
Is it done yet?
Is it done? Can
we
we
have
check?
2 more minutes.
2
left.
minutes.
We have 2 minutes left.
Man.
Let's go ahead and see what people are saying in the
Yeah,
in the live
let's
chat.
go see.
Oh,
Take
we
off my
have our
Before we,
assistant over here who has
Oh,
their
let's read.
phone already.
Oh, thank you. So first is we have Sister Lauren made the mesa. Ooh, is there a giveaway for this too? Is there a giveaway?
A giveaway.
Yeah, please come to the district office. Yeah,
Yeah, before we eat them all.
Yes,
before
but
we eat
Lauren,
them
you're
all.
more than welcome to try it if you're here.
And then for the chat also, please type down what is your favorite dessert. Maybe this will give us an idea for future broadcasts, and we certainly know who to call. So yeah, but yeah, so so let's please continue to participate in our live chat.
So you talked about the more challenging desserts to make, but what about some of your favorites? Like, what are your go-to dishes or desserts to make?
Usually for the potlucks, I love my favorite to make just because it does take a little more time, but I enjoy watching people eat it. Is a mix of the rice cake and leche flan. So I would steam the flan first, or if you don't
Mhm.
know what that is, it's like
don't
a
know what that is.
custard.
Mhm.
So in the Filipino culture and also in some Hispanic cultures, it's a steamed or baked custard with a sugar syrup on top when you flip it over. So imagine having the rice cake on the bottom and then a flan or custard baked at the top. And then I like to make it kind of like a creme brulee style where I torch sugar on top. So it's kind of a mix of a creme brulee and a cake on the bottom. And it's small.
Oh.
And then I would do it with these sized molds. So it's like bite size, and then you can take it and eat it. And people like the different textures because you have the cake and the flan and
Wow, yeah.
the cracked sugar. So that's my favorite. And then I like watching people eat it. I'm very much a words of affirmations person.
Aw.
So if you tell me you love my
Yeah.
cooking, it definitely makes my heart
I
full.
believe like almost everyone in this room have tried Sister Ashley's or yeah, her dessert. So yeah, it's really good. So yeah.
Oh.
Oh yes, it's done. Let's go.
Dibs. I go-
Okay, so we want to see. So we have to be careful because this is a little hot.
Looks
So they're
fresh. It
done.
is
So
fresh.
make sure you don't burn yourself. Be careful for those at home. Please don't try this unless I'm there. Just kidding. But yeah, if you can see, we have some of the ones that Nathan did with the cheese, and then some with the mold. So how we take them out, because Nathan lined it with butter already. Here's one with the cheese. You're gonna go ahead and just pop it out, and it comes out super easy.
Oh.
And it comes out. This is why I wanted you to have your gloves already. But yeah, and then we're just gonna go ahead and put it in the tray. Do you both want to try?
Hope I don't drop this one too. Oh,
Yay!
Yeah.
They came out so good. Great job.
Did you want to try?
Great job.
Brother Vince? Pop one out. Oh, you took
sorry,
Oh, he
it.
took out
yeah.
his gloves.
Never
It's
mind.
okay,
It was
Nathan. I'll go
impossible
ahead
to
and
put
help
it
you.
back on. So yes, I'll taste it if you guys want.
If you guys don't mind. Yeah. So again, you can here we just have cheese. We talked about salted egg. I've done it where you can put both. I've also made it where I've mixed in. If you both know what ube halaya is, it's like an ube or purple taro jam that's popular in the Philippines. And I would mix that in the batter with ube extract and then put like little ube halaya balls on top. So you can have that as a flavor. I've also made it with buko pandan. So there's different. This is a completely blank canvas. So you can do a lot with it. But while they're still warm, do you both want to
Yes,
try it?
Brother Nate. Let's have our audience try it.
If we wanna
Shout
call
out
on
to our
Caitlin.
audience right here. Just- we have a lot, but yeah, we will give this after.
But yeah, we still have a lot of batter left.
Brother Nate.
But
Oh,
if
oh,
Nathan
you
and
can
Vince-
take.
I'll
Yeah,
take
yeah.
my gloves off.
Let me try.
Yeah, go
Try this.
ahead with the cheese.
Oh,
I
shoot.
personally, I know that Caitlin can agree with me. We love the ones with the cheese. But
Dude,
All right.
I think this is the last thing we're gonna do.
that is pretty legit.
Legit.
Not that I doubted you, but
Not that Thank you. Thank
it's
you,
pretty
Vince.
good. But yeah, unfortunately, this is the end of our broadcast, and we want to thank you for teaching us how to make um rice cakes. It's very easy, very fun to do. But before we end our broadcast, do you have any special greetings that you want to?
Yes, I'd like to say hi to all of my family and loved ones in the local congregation of Anaheim. Thank you for always supporting our broadcasts.
Thank you, and thank you also to our viewers and listeners. So let's continue to tune in with INC Radio and our broadcast. Some ways that we can tune in is through incradio.org or our YouTube channel, INC Radio DZEM 954. And we want to also share some of the highlights from our district. Recently, on June 2nd, we had our choir day in Santiago Canyon College. And from June 3rd to June 9th, we are also holding our Pasugo quiz for family. Now, we want to give our special thanks to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our CFO Coordinator and CEBSI CEO, Brother Angelo Eranio V. Manalo, our District Minister, Brother Hansel F. De Dios, our District CFO Overseer, Brother Andres Nicolas Jr., and our Executive Producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya. We will now pass it over to INC Radio San Diego.